SM2 is one of the most anticipated Call of Duty projects coming out in the near future. It's been a few months since I posted an update on SM2, but that's because there hasn't been all that much that they've shared on recently for SM2. However, we do have some information I can share with you guys today, but if you guys are unaware what SM2 is, it's essentially a best of all Call of Duty games put into one Call of Duty game, and it will be for free. However, to play it, because it's a mod that will be attached to the original Modern Warfare 2 2009, you will have to own MW2 2009 on Steam. It's PC only, of course, and I'm trying to get this video out sooner rather than later because currently there's also a sale on Steam where you can get Modern Warfare 2 for about 25% off, I believe, just as a heads up. Yeah, a little bit about SM2. It's going to have fan favorite maps from all the Call of Duty games and fan favorite weapons. It's supposed to be over 100 weapons on release alone and over 40 iconic maps from all the different COD games throughout the years, all in this one game. So it's going to be fantastic to see, and we're all pretty excited for it. If you have any other questions or want to learn more about SM2, I will put in the top card up above a link to the playlist of SM2 with all the videos I've made so far on it. So since I've last posted a video, they've shared new gameplays and had new videos. They did share every weapon that will be on SM2 on launch in a recent video, including their inspecs and their progress or struggles that they had to deal with when creating that weapon. But today, let's get to the new information that I have yet to cover because it was in a recent blog post that I kind of neglected, but today we're coming back to, and we have some cool new gameplays to share as well. So, as we know, on release, SM2 will have native controller support, so they will be supporting Xbox 360 controllers and Xbox One controllers, as well as DualShock 4 and the DualSense controllers. They will all be supported natively with aim assist, of course, and there will be no need for third-party applications, such as needing DS for Windows for PS4 or 5 controllers, for example. You're not going to need that. So that's pretty cool and pretty revolutionary for a modded client such as this. And speaking of PlayStation controllers, something really cool is that on the PlayStation controllers, they will even take advantage of the light bars in the game, allowing you to customize them to your liking, and they will display different lights based on being in the menus, or it will fade from green to red depending on your health when you're actually in a match. They also mentioned that since SM2 is PC exclusive, they did want controllers to be just as easy to use and viable as mouse and keyboard to players who prefer it, so that it's pretty welcoming to people who normally play on consoles and such. They also mentioned a lot of arsenal changes and weapon listings, but as mentioned, they did recently release a new video where they did show off every weapon in the game along with their inspecs and information about them. Another thing that they showed off is that they redesigned map intro text. So there's a short little GIF here that you guys can see of new map intro text. So it's pretty interesting and unique, you know. And that's intro text for specifically spawning into a match. They also redesigned Killcams, and they did show off a little clip here, but it's not finalized exactly, so there might be some tuning and changes to it, but this is what it looks like at the time they posted this. They went on to mention that default classes will now have this very unique and exclusive layout to feature them more prominently. Of course, you can tab over, it looks like in this picture, between your classes and the default classes, because as we all know, there is an actual progression system with ranking up, unlocks, and they're using the kind of Black Ops 1 COD point system, which is all very cool, and I really enjoy that form of progression, so that'll be nice to see. And of course, prestiging is going to be in the game as well. They go on to say that Creative Class was also overhauled with new icons for equipment, attachments, weaponry, and perks. And it all looks pretty clean to me. I can't complain about any of the changes in UI stuff that they're currently doing. And finishing off that point, they did also say that overall the UI and the interface is still just being polished up as well. They also mentioned, and actually showed off, as I'm going to show here in the video, they changed some weapon movement animations and also improved sprint animations on some of the weapons that they didn't look too good in the game. But in this clip that they're showing, The old view model bobbing when walking has been replaced with actual animations instead, and jumping, landing, and going prone now has proper view model animations, and sprinting while in the air will slow down the sprint animation until you're back on your feet. And crawling will now have its very own animation as well, instead of just disappearing like in the original game. And they mention a bunch of other animation changes as well, so that's pretty cool, and it's looking pretty nice. And lastly, they did also mention that they redesigned the loading screens to make them more in line with the rest of the interface of SM2, and they will now be cleaner, more smooth, and the text will restyle depending on the color scheme you choose in your UI settings. So in a previous video I actually showed in your UI settings you can change the color scheme that you prefer, so you can have your menus be green, red, blue, purple, etc. So it's going to be really customizable, and that's going to be something that's really cool to see in SM2, and something that'll make it very unique from any other modded application or any other Call of Duty game. They're really putting in a lot of effort and a lot of work in this project, and it's been in development for quite some time now. I'm sure it's been at least a couple years by now, right? I've been making videos on this game since I think late 2021. I have no idea when the game's going to be releasing, of course. It is a passion project though, so that means they're really putting in effort into it, and it's probably going to receive a lot of polish and love and care. They're also going to be having a seasonal system after the launch of the game to be updating it and adding more stuff as it goes on. So that'll be really cool to see. And for those of you that want to play offline or against bots, they will have that functionality as well, where you will be able to play against bots and offline. I believe I read that recently as well, which I didn't even realize, and I don't think I mentioned in any other video, so I thought I'd mention it here. But nonetheless, guys, like I said before, if you're interested in learning more about SM2, I have a bunch of videos in the top card up above right now, including frequently asked questions that were answered and a lot of other showcases of gameplay and stuff like that. They do have a website you guys can check out, which I will link in the description down below, and from there you can read more about the game, check out what they have on their website, and actually go join their Discord, where you can actually make suggestions to the dev team and just be there and ready for when the game actually releases. But one final mention, guys, MW2 is currently on sale. You will need MW2 to be able to get the modded client of SM2 to play on MW2, and the Steam version will be the only version that works, no free version or cracked version, anything like that. So if you're really hyped for SM2, you can get MW2 now while it's on sale, or you can just go ahead and wait until we're closer to the release of SM2, because we have no idea when it'll actually come out. We can all hope it'll come out by the end of this year, right? But anyways, guys, thank you all for tuning in. If you guys are excited for SM2 and want to hear some more information as they drop it, be sure to hit that subscribe button, as I will continue making videos and keep you guys updated about SM2 and how it's going, so long as the devs let us know. And with all that said, enjoy these couple of weapon inspects that the SM2 team actually shared, and I'll catch you guys in another one very, very soon. Peace out.